Hi everyone, I'm Carla.
And I'm Lanes.
And together we're the After Deck.
We chat about the latest Below Deck episodes each week.
Let's dive in, Lanes.
Can't wait.
Cheers, Lanes.
Cheers, Carla.
Happy Wednesday.
We're having soda water tonight.
Yeah, we're being teetotalers for a change.
Yep, being good.
Being good. Tonight we're talking about Below Deck Med Season 9, Episode 13, Chef Blows and Cabin Blows. Possibly the worst title ever.
Yeah.
In this episode, the medicane moves on as the leaky cabin exits stage right and the new stew enters stage left. And Jono is a cat with 9 lives.
Isn't he?
Isn't he what?
Oh, Jono.
I was going to say Jono's pussy has 9 lives because he does often talk about himself as being a pussy.
Yes.
So I'll just pop that there in brackets.
Well, it's out there now.
It's done. So we're still at the weather event of all weather events, the medicane. Sandy's not fucking happy about it and the guests have turned around.
Yes. We left last episode with Ian up inside the roof of that leaky cabin.
Yes.
He's fixed it.
Thanks, Ian.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Is that all he does this episode?
Possibly could be it. Full stop.
And the guests are back from their failed vineyard excursion. It's 4:58 and Aisha heads up to the bar to make all of the guests' drinks. And she tells Ellie when she sees the bar, you need to keep white wine in the fridge always.
You don't need to ask me twice to keep my white wine in the fridge.
But you should just – anyway, Sandy's in the crew mess and asks the deck team to clean up the forward cabin, which is exciting.
She's got a plan.
She's like, can you just clean up that forward cabin?
Yep.
Sure can.
And she puts the deckies onto it.
Yes.
They've got nothing else to do. They're stuck on the dock.
Well, Joe says, well, should we do it now?
Yeah.
And you guys handle it.
Yep.
So I can have some downtime.
Because needs must. So Aisha's new plan is the impromptu wine tasting at the bar. And Jono says he's feeling the pressure. It's been going great, but can he keep it going?
When you're stuck at the dock, it's interior and it's food.
Exactly. But also the entertainment.
Yeah?
And Aisha fucking brings it with this wine tasting. The guests are being really good sports though, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yep, they're all lovely.
They could be complaining.
At this point.
They could be complaining, but they're not. They're just getting on board.
Yep. Ian is still sitting in the crew mess and Gail and Joe have finished the cabin and Ian tells them that he's going to go on a break. So just check on things like rubbish and helping the girls with the washing and
Okay.
I don't know how we haven't seen more argy-bargy with old mate Bosun if he has been acting in this way the whole season and we've not been shown it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the deck team are just like we just crack on.
We haven't seen much bitching about him though.
Except for a little bit between Joe and Nathan in the cabin.
And also Gail with the lines and stuff like that to camera those times. But honestly, if my Bosun acted in that way, I'd have something to say.
You'd be letting that tongue of yours loose.
Just be like, are you having another break, are you? Need another one? Jesus Christ. Aisha's now rapping the wine descriptions.
Gotta hand it to her. She takes the full load.
She does.
Of the medicane.
And one of the guests starts joining in with the rap.
This is where I saw Carson Kressley for the first time. Did you know Carson Kressley was on board?
What?
There's a Carson Kressley lookalike.
Oh, because I was like, no, I did not see Carson. I'm going to have to rewatch it. Sandy says it so well here that Aisha has skills that aren't on a CV. She is excellent with guests. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely. And then she tells us about her hidden talents later when she starts talking about balls.
Oh.
She's a woman of many talents. So the guests now are just getting really lathered.
Yeah, one of them's even drinking straight. Is it from a Fireball bottle?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to get you that would get me flat on the floor.
Have you ever had a Fireball?
Fucking I've had a Fireball.
I never have.
I've had it. And now I know to say no to a Fireball.
What's it taste like?
Oh, it tastes like cinnamon. It's like whiskey with cinnamon.
Gross.
And you just shoot it. That was the night I lost my sister and my glasses.
Okay.
So drink 5 ball shots, much chaos.
And we do see a little chaos this evening, but it's 6:47, 13 hours since Aisha's last break.
Yeah.
How many minutes since Ian's?
We never see Aisha drinking coffee either. Where does she get it from?
Oh, she's just a firecracker.
She's got energy on tap, like she puts her finger in a socket and she's off.
Yeah. It's 7:56 and it's still pouring outside. Jono heads down to the galley and he's got visitors.
Oh, this is when they go to the galley.
And we've got the primary playing with a knife.
Oh, yeah. She went from the freezer, then she's checking out the gadgets.
Yeah.
Then she's just randomly chopping with one of Jono's knives on the bench top.
Like,
she's wasted. And I like how he just comes in and gives her a big hug. Like, what do you like, you muppet?
And then they start dancing.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. He's like, come anytime.
Doesn't he do the best Jennifer Coolidge impression?
Well, I needed to ask you. I was like, who the fuck's Jennifer?
Oh, she's a really well-known actress and she's just known for how she speaks. She's been in Legally Blonde.
Okay.
She's been on Friends. I don't have her resume.
No, but I knew you would know.
She's comedy usually, but the latest one, The White Lotus.
Oh, yeah, I watched that.
Yeah, so that's Jennifer Coolidge.
Okay, got it.
He did really well. Aisha asks Ellie, do you want to start setting and decorating? And with the storm coming, we should have it in here.
Yeah. So this is the Mer people themed dinner, right?
Yes.
They're all a little fucked up by their own admission.
Jono's prepping his fish and crustaceans.
He's doing a under the sea. I got that. She is dancing along even though she's not singing.
I was going to do the lobster guy's accent, but I can't think of the song. Down where it's better.
Keep going. That was good.
Okay, let's talk about the dick.
The ball sack man.
The balls, yeah.
Yeah. So old mate comes dressed with a hanging ball sack under his merman tail. That's a low-hanging sack if ever I've seen one.
Oh.
He had to make sure it was low enough to hang out the bottom of his tail.
It's so gross.
And Aisha tells us something we didn't know about her before. She fucking loves balls.
On her cheeks, in her mouth, on her eyeballs. She loves them.
Everywhere. And the softer, the better.
I think they're ugly.
Yep.
Well, they hold what they need.
They should just be an internal organ.
Yeah, why'd they drop?
I think the temperature, because inside the body the temperature's too warm for the sperm. Just taking a stab at the ball sack right now. I'm not sure. Someone will tell us. Ours are all neatly tucked inside.
Well done, Scott.
Yeah.
Basically.
It further confirms that they've just met their best person to be with.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the best nutsack and she loves nuts.
Do you want to know what we talk about after each episode?
Well, come on over to the Patreon because there you can get early ad-free episodes plus our bonus weekly wrap-up show.
We love our Patreon community. Click the link in the show notes and come and join us.
See you there.
And thanks, production, for the close-up of Scott's nuts in his Speedos.
I wonder how they got that shot.
Was there permission?
Aisha, give us a photo of Scott's nutsack.
She's like, oh, yeah.
What do you call them in your house? You've got quite a few sets in your house. What's the general term?
Balls.
Balls. We say nutsack. How's your nutsack?
I don't tend to ask my boys how theirs is going.
No, but it might be like, Mom, she kicked me in the nutsack.
But that doesn't happen at my house.
They don't kick each other in the nutsack?
No.
Okay, good. That's good.
They don't talk to each other.
Yours are evolved.
Oh, no. So Aisha asked the primary to put both of your hands on my shoulders while we walk down the stairs because if you fall, I was like, I was thinking about this. I would have said to her, have one hand on the railing and one hand on me.
That's safer for Aisha.
I don't want her two hands on me. She's definitely
And if she goes down,
a liability.
they're both going down.
Exactly.
And then they're going to take out the guy in front.
Yes. So anyway, she does trip. But because she's got one hand on the railing, I think that helped. Why is she still being served?
Oh, well, yeah. I think
We see later that they cut her off, but like at this point.
Yeah. Well, she's the primary.
She's seeing triple.
And they're stuck at the dock. I mean, I wouldn't be cutting her off.
No, I wouldn't be either, but RSA.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm here to ask the hard-hitting questions.
Oh,
Oh, my God.
Brie, the dress. Brie can't even – fucking Joe has been missing a polo for weeks. He's been wearing the same polo day in and day out.
Okay, so Brie can't find the rest of the laundry and she's not even washing it. What the fuck is she doing in there if she's not washing it? Because Joe says his polo stinks.
Because he has to wear it every day.
But he could have that off, crew night out, wash that.
Yeah, I don't know. But Brie can't even find her own clothes now. Like, are you telling me they only have one
set
dress?
I think they have one lot of each.
Well, whatever. She can't find the fucking dress. She's looking everywhere. She even is looking in the cupboard under the bathroom sink. Like, why would it be in there?
I honestly would love to talk to her and find out what the fuck.
Yeah.
Full stop.
I think what the fuck is why she's never lasted a season.
Anyway, I really like her. This isn't about her. But if we're looking at work.
It's a big vessel, but there's only so many places your clothes can be.
And we are what's this charter? 7?
7. 2 to go.
And you're still missing stuff every week.
We've not seen an episode where she hasn't misplaced something.
Or that room outside the laundry, still a fucking mess.
Still a fucking mess. Dinner.
Oh. First course is tuna carpaccio. I don't like.
There's a lot of tuna and it's thickly sliced. I don't like.
I don't.
With a pineapple caramel.
I still don't like.
I don't like that bit. I'd take the tuna carpaccio. The dinner comes up and Aisha takes this time to stab the ball sack.
Oh, God.
With a fork on the table.
That's because he keeps going on about it. He keeps making jokes about it. Yep. He's like, in his head, hey, y'all, I had this really funny joke and no one's really paying much attention to my balls.
Well, he made it the entertainment of the evening, didn't he?
Yeah.
So the plates come down and Jennifer says, it looks good, but I can't eat it because I can't eat raw seafood because it could kill me. And at this point, she said, I did say it about 15 times on my preference sheet.
And right on time.
Here she comes.
Captain Sandy, she sniffed it out.
How is it?
She tells Sandy that she has iron overload and that if she ate that fish, it'd kill her.
It could kill me.
And immediately, Sandy's like, I'm going to handle that. So, quick question. Why didn't Sandy take that plate away?
Yeah, she should have picked it up and taken it straight down to the kitchen. I think she was just so shocked that she was like, right, just get me down there.
I'm sitting here listening, like knowing about this tuna and the raw fish thing. This plate has sat in front of her for quite some time. I'm worried. Get it away. How allergic is she? She's so close to it.
She's not allergic. It's just if she eats it. So she could easily have put
gotcha. She could even touch it and it would be fine.
Exactly. She could easily put it away from her if it was that big a deal. Or say, take it, I can't have that near me. It's not an allergic reaction.
It's an iron overload.
It's a mutation.
A mutation?
Yeah, she says. And I did a bit of research today.
She's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
There's some people who have the same thing.
Do they eat it?
No, but it wouldn't kill them, is what they said. I don't want to speak for her. It could kill her. It could, but it's not an allergic reaction. I should shut up right now before I dig a hole.
No, I think that's good information.
So Sandy definitely should have taken that plate straight down to Jono.
Yeah.
And the conversation that they have in the galley is weird because she says there's a client down there who's got raw fish in front of them and it could kill her. And that's completely unacceptable. He just says, oh, fuck me. No, bro. Like I would be like, oh, my God, and running straight up to grab it as well.
He takes that information quite calmly, doesn't he?
Yes, and it's like she then keeps pressing, well, that's a big screw up. And she says was it on her preference sheet? And he says, yes, it was. So she's like, go fix it. Go fix it. So off he goes and apologises and takes it.
But the apology was quick.
Yeah, and he apologises quickly and she says, I did put it on my sheet 5 times. So she's gone from 15 to 5. She should only need to put it once,
Yes.
to be fair.
Yes.
But did he bring her another plate? Like, what did she have for dinner for that course?
Nothing.
We didn't see anything.
No.
He should have paused on whatever he was doing for the second course and made her something.
Yes. You know what would have been good? Like what you're saying there, just to jump on that, is like, you're right. He could have radioed to Aisha, said, Aisha, take that plate off her. I'm making her something to replace that right now. Yeah. I'll bring that up and apologise.
I think this is where Aisha says she's annoyed that she didn't double check for Jono. Like, we saw a lot last season of Fraser in the galley with Anthony double checking
exactly what I thought.
He made quite a few fuck ups. But Fraser had 3 stews under him.
Yep.
2 very competent ones.
Yes.
And Aisha is doing fucking everything.
Yep.
She can't.
No, she can't. I don't. Yes, it's. We see a lot of chief stews doing that, like double checking, but she's there's no way. She's stretched too thin. Yeah. She can't.
Sandy, I don't know if she says this to him or to camera, I can't remember, but she's like, she can feel that his response isn't urgent enough. And she's sort of like, I need you to know how serious this is. So he sort of goes to say, well, you know, when you put lime on it, it cooks it.
And Sandy? No.
N-fucking-O.
No. And he's just left there hanging.
He does apologise again to her.
Yeah.
But she's pissed.
You would be.
Yeah.
So the next course after the debacle that was the tuna carpaccio is grilled lobster. And Aisha says to the primary, do you want to eat? You're not hungry? And she's like, do you want me to feed you? Yeah. She's feeding the primary.
Have we ever seen this?
No.
I loved it.
Same.
She even does a little choo-choo.
And the primary laughs.
Back at the bar.
Yep.
Aisha says to Ellie, like, she's just done. She's like, this is my thing. The fucking rags are always here. I like things neat. Put them away.
She also asked her to clear the plates.
Ellie doesn't like either of those suggestions.
Nothing.
She immediately takes a directive as well, I can't fucking win. And how does nitpicking help me try harder to please you? It's not nitpicking. It's a note on how to do your job better. And it's obviously been given before.
Yeah, because Ellie's bringing plates to Aisha, but they're clean plates.
Not what she asked for.
It's the plates on the table. Clear the plates. Why is this happening?
I don't have the answers, Lanes.
And then Ellie to camera, before she says about the nitpicking, she says, I read a lot about leadership. Do you?
Yeah. Well, should we rewind and watch how your leader skips? Should we rewind and watch your leadership skills in action with Bree in the bathroom? Because, I mean, exceptional. You should write a book about those.
She should. She's reading the wrong books.
I think she's reading books on dictatorship.
Like we said before, it's Charter 7. The second stew, it should be second nature. I don't know how Aisha's doing it, honestly.
I think maybe in retrospect she might look back and go, I should have said something way earlier.
Yeah. I think way back when there was an option like they were both going, it should have happened.
Should have.
Guests head to bed. Jono's really disappointed in his mistake.
He knows his pussy's on the line.
Yeah.
And this is the 8th one.
Yeah. It's 11:57 and it's now 18 hours since Aisha's last break.
18 hours?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
And she is finally going to bed. And did you notice?
I was just going to say the same thing. The lightning?
Yeah.
Yes. Grease lightning. I did see that and I loved it. I even rewound it.
It was so good.
Clever.
Well done. Sandy's on the phone to the owner of Mystique.
Yes. 4th stew incoming.
Confirmed.
Finally.
Thank God. I just hope she's good.
She's going to be. She's going to be good in all the ways. I can feel it. She's got a lot of experience.
Great. Excellent.
She's like a Paris coming in.
Perfect.
Strong. She's Scottish. She's not going to take any shit.
Yep.
Knows what she's doing and just fun.
When I saw the confirmation and Sandy's like, yes, confirmed, and then when we know later that someone is coming, my first thoughts were, I hope she's good and Ellie's going to be pissed.
Not wrong on the second one.
Yep. So it's 5:30 a.m.
And Joe falls into the galley. Fuck, that was funny.
So funny. Jono walks over and he goes, you all right? And without skipping a beat, Joe.
Good morning.
So good. So most of the guests are up and enjoying breakfast and it looks like they're going to get off the dock today.
Sandy sees a clear window and she's off.
That's good.
And around about this time, we see this random shot of Ellie sleeping at 8:20. And I was like, what's that about? Then we see a shot a little bit later of her awake on her phone.
Yep.
And it's around about 8:30, I'm guessing, because by 8:45, she's up.
Yep.
Out of bed. 8:45.
Mm-hmm.
9 o'clock, she's getting dressed.
Yes. She heads up to Aisha then. It's 9:25 and she's apologising to Aisha for oversleeping.
After such a lovely good morning
Oh, yeah.
from a boss who knows she's 10 minutes late to work already, and she says, good morning, how are you?
Mm-hmm. The thing that got me was then she asks Aisha if she can go have a quick breakfast.
Because she overslept.
Mm.
I'm just going to say, did ya?
Didn't.
Because you were awake or you were fully dressed at 9 o'clock.
What was the time when she was awake and on her phone?
They don't have it exactly, but it's sometime between 8:20 and 8:45. So let's say at 8:45 she's up, not dressed.
That's 20 minutes of scrolling, perhaps.
Yeah, that's 45 minutes from being out of bed till the time she goes to say, hi, I'm awake. Fucking plenty of time to eat something.
Oh, my God.
That's
and be on time for work.
That's taking the piss.
Yes. And then lying.
Blatant. So Aisha's like, well, you start at 9:15, you should have eaten before. But, of course, clear the table, go fucking eat.
Yeah, because Ellie goes, okay, I won't eat then.
Yeah, but really nicely she says that, not like how I said it.
Yeah. So the primary's up and surprisingly okay.
Yeah,
or she's hiding it well.
Well, I'd say she's had a few painkillers. She pulls up good.
Mm.
And while they're having breakfast, Sandy gives them the good news and off we go.
What's the problem with Gail and the swim platform and the lines and the jet skis?
Okay. Nothing really. The problem is Joe.
What was
What's happening here is that Gail's just getting the primary ready to go on the jet ski, and Joe decides he's going to ride Gail hard and micromanage. And he starts saying, make sure you do this, let her go now so that we don't crash. And Gail's like, yeah, I just got to finish getting her ready. Then he's like, make sure she's clipped in. And this is where Gail goes, Joe. And he walks off and says, yeah, whatever. She was doing all of the things. He just couldn't wait for her to do them. And he starts like telling her, like riding her for no reason.
It was uncomfortable.
Yes, which is why she said Joe.
And does Joe say to camera she shouldn't argue in front of the guests?
I think so. I didn't really catch that.
He was the one causing the argument.
Yes.
Interior is doing cabins and one of the guests heads back to his cabin. So Ellie and Bree step out. Not long after, he then says to Aisha that someone's left their phone in his room. And Aisha's like, oh, thank you. It's Ellie's. She then tells Ellie that her phone was left in the guest cabin. Ellie's like, oh, thank you so much, putting it back in her pocket. And Aisha's like, don't walk around with your phone. I do because I have to with provisions. No one else. This is just another thing that Ellie's adding up, isn't it?
This is where she says, I want to be treated like a chief stew because that's my ambition. That's not how it works.
No.
You get treated like a chief stew when you can perform like a chief stew.
Mm-hmm.
And she says instead of mentoring me, she's treating me like I don't belong here.
And it just blows my mind. Like Aisha is really well respected. So many people like her. Everybody thinks she's a good chief stew.
She has not lost her cool.
No.
She has not been angry.
With no breaks.
Yeah.
Never sitting down.
Yep.
Running around, doing their jobs as well as her own. And what I was going to say is that why doesn't Ellie use this charter to go, oh, my God, I'm working with one of the best chief stews. I should watch, listen, learn. I'm just going to soak it all in. But she doesn't.
No.
She thinks Aisha's taking her for granted.
Yeah, and she needs accolades.
It's just this victimhood all the time. I'm done. I'm getting really annoyed with this season. There's too much laundry. There's too much Ellie. And now Joe.
Yeah, well, let's talk about him again because Joe decides to tell Nathan
Oh,
that he thinks Gail doesn't like being told what to do by him. Nathan basically says, oh, she hasn't said anything to me. He said, don't worry about it. And Joe tells us he's just trying to help. But what he was doing to Gail was not helpful at all.
he's not going to be like that with Nathan. He's not going to be like that with Ian. He's only got Gail.
Exactly.
I'm going to be a lead deckhand with her.
And also because she's a woman.
And she's with Nathan.
Yeah, and he's jealous.
Sandy's on the phone to Norma.
What's she talking about now?
Oh, my. She's now asking her for a stew and a chef.
Give me both.
Yes. Like stat.
Now, pronto.
Like yesterday. Joe, he's still looking for his red polo.
And he just whispers to Bree, I need the polo. Because Sandy's right
Yeah.
there.
And doesn't Sandy's ears prick up?
Yeah, she's pretending she's not listening, but she's totally tuned in. But I don't think she could hear it.
No, he's too good at whispering.
So Joe's just going to keep wearing his one stinky polo. When the new stew comes on, he's going to want that clean, fresh polo.
Oh, my God. He'll talk about the polo then, I betcha.
It'll be in Nathan's cupboard or Ian's cupboard.
I mean, it's somewhere.
So just before they have their dinner, Jono tells us that he's doing cooked seafood as per the preference sheet. Sandy says, did you triple check the preference sheets? Yes, yes, yes. And then we see this really nice fireworks time.
I know.
We've not really seen that. I thought that was fun.
That would be so good.
Yeah. And great off the back of the boat like that. They like the calamari and octopus dinner.
I still, honestly, am just, why
So much fish.
have these people that are this woman's friend who can't have whatever, iron-rich fish, tuna, salmon, I guess, having so much seafood on this
I think it
trip?
was on their preference sheet.
Yes, that's right. Why have they put so much on the seafood on their preference sheet?
She can eat it, just not raw.
Yeah, I know. It just seems a bit, it's like every meal.
It has been. And Sandy's hovering to check. She's like, Aisha, can she eat that? And
They like it.
They like it. Sandy has to go to bed. She's off to bed. It's been a big day. Norma texts her as she's off to bed. New stew, no chef. Oh, I got there in the end.
Which I'm secretly happy about. I mean, I know he's stuffed up and I know he's a bit like inconsistent, but I've softened to him. I like him.
Okay, wait.
Oh, I hate it when I say things like that and then you go, wait.
No, I have too, but he just said something today that I wasn't happy about.
Okay.
Wifey gets a bracelet for putting up with dude for 25 years.
What a bracelet.
At least she got something.
Rather nothing.
Would you?
Yeah, I don't like it.
All right, we're on to the second course.
Yes.
More seafood.
Yes.
King crab bruschetta.
Yes.
Also they like.
Yes. They've never seen anything like it. Nothing is blowing my mind tonight.
Well, wait.
Oh, that blows my mind for different reasons.
Yes.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bit.
It's not like the meals are so extravagant that there isn't enough time to put in for a dessert. So they're waiting for this dessert. They've loved both of their meals. The anniversary people have loved it. Perfect dinner. What's going to top this off is souffle.
Or creme brulee, both of which were on our preference sheet.
I really want souffle.
That's what the spoon's for.
The souffle spoon is out.
What do they get?
Oh, it's bad. I saw him plating this up and I was like, I would be embarrassed if I had people over at my house and that was the dessert I gave them.
It's a slab of cake, not even cut into any shape.
I don't even think he made it. She's looking at me like shocked. I don't think he made it. Keep going.
It's a smear of caramel, a big old fat fucking chocolate chip kids cookie on top, and a scoop of ice cream on a cookie.
Yeah.
make a panna cotta and put it in the fridge, plop it on the plate. It would look better than that.
Yep.
And you could have made that and prepped that in the morning
Yes.
or yesterday.
The inconsistency is a struggle.
As Aisha says, he puts so much into the courses that the dessert is always an afterthought.
And that's why I'm saying I didn't see the effort in the courses. King crab, bruschetta, that I don't.
No, I'm with you.
Words can't come.
Yeah.
That's your job as a chef, to time out your prep and make sure it's all sorted. You don't go, well, I'll do good here and here, and then, oh, you know what'll be good? That.
He didn't do the creme brulee or the souffle because they're not in his wheelhouse and he didn't want to stuff them up.
Mm-hmm.
He just went with what he could do and he thought it would be fine.
Because we do see this a lot with Jono and dessert. A lot of cake
Yeah.
looks store-bought. And like, you remember the mushed up one? The cake that was just all mushed up?
Yeah, deconstructed. He should have deconstructed that cookie, honestly. He should have blitzed the cookie into a crumb.
Put some gold leaf in it.
Yeah. So, and had more ice cream with a cookie crumb and that cake. It just, the look of that big old fat fucker cookie that you bought for your kid for tuck shop is just bad.
Everyone else thinks it's bad too. Anniversary lady makes her thoughts known.
She is standing up at the table. Take it back. It's a cookie with ice cream, for fuck's sake.
It's not what we wanted. That's a very disappointing end to this dinner.
Yes. And Aisha takes it back to Jono to tell him. She puts it down in front of him and says she was really unhappy with this. It's just a cookie on cake, and she was disappointed. And I agree.
I agree with her too. What does Jono... Really? That's homemade ice cream, homemade caramel, and homemade cookie. Full stop.
Like it was her fault that she hadn't sold those 3 components.
So there was a 4th component on that plate, cake. He doesn't say that was homemade.
Oh, that's why you think it's store-bought. Oh, you're clever, eh?
He says everything else is homemade. He doesn't say that is.
Interesting.
And it doesn't look it. It's in Glad wrap.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. I'm going to go back and watch.
He then says, as we talked about before, he wouldn't have had time to do the desserts. He's feeling pretty deflated with their reaction. I'm like, I would be expecting it.
And Aisha just says, well, they're saying that we put all this stuff on our preference sheet and this is not it.
Anniversary lady, who I've now found out is Janine,
Okay.
is just so upset. She's
going to bed.
She can't, I can't. She's so upset I'm going to bed. The amount of times she says it's her anniversary drove me nuts. I get the dessert thing. I understand that. Yes, agree, shit dessert. But is she forgetting the amazing location she's in, the water sports she's had, the fireworks she got, the diamond bracelet, shit, but she got it.
Well, you're going to ruin your night just over a dessert?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, we're concentrating on this dessert. So you wanted souffle or creme brulee. Oh, well, I want a fucking lot of things too, but I don't get them. Get over it.
Yeah.
You're on a boat in the Mediterranean with a medicane. Unheard of. Oh, Ian's perler of a message.
First of all, he says we'll all start tomorrow at 8.
Yep.
Emphasis on all. And then later he sends them a sneaky text.
Hiya, team. I need to hit my cumulative hours for rest this charter. So I'll start at 10. Please start at 8. See what's to do.
What does that even mean, accumulative rest hours?
When I read that, I thought, oh, is there a certain amount of rest that these people are supposed to have? This is the first I've heard of it because no one else gets these. No one else gets that.
My understanding is, as Sandy loves to talk about, maritime law, they're required to get a certain amount of sleep.
Yeah. Do they?
I know nothing about the fucking accrued bloody rest hours he's talking about. Someone who knows maritime law, please chime in because I think Ian's talking out of his ass.
And so if we're looking at that, could Aisha say, I've clocked up these many hours, so do I get the whole day off tomorrow?
No, she's done. She's off the boat because she needs about 2 weeks to catch up on the last 5.
Exactly.
I'd love to see him with a dysfunctional team.
Yes.
Or someone who is difficult to manage.
He's just got an easy street
He's
this whole season.
He's Cruisy McCruise.
Maybe he just lands on his feet like that. Maybe Ian's just like that.
Maybe.
Oh, Jono's had another restless night.
He's got up early because he's going to make an impression for breakfast.
So they leave happy.
It's some bowly thing.
More balls.
Anyway, it was on their preference sheet, so he's doing it. Oh, good, glad. And here we go. Jo goes in on Gail again, telling her how she should be cleaning the bow. Can't you do it in one clean motion? And then he demonstrates. She's like, whatever gets it done. She's just doing an up and down swipe. Why do you care, Jo? Why are you riding her hard like this? Why have you not said it before now?
Yeah, I know.
Like the timing is very odd.
I don't get it either. Was it the conversation they had earlier this episode that's triggered him?
That's possible because she said, you're a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And she said, don't get upset with me. But, you know, when they were talking about that, he asked for her opinion.
And she gave it and it was honest.
And I thought she said it very eloquently, to be fair.
Honestly, I think you're probably onto it right there.
Because ever since then, he's been a dick.
Exactly.
Well, there's your answer.
She did say at the end of that conversation too to Cameron, she said, I'm just wondering, you know, if the good guy act is an act.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Gail, you've always been very perceptive and you've just hit the fucking nail on the head because the good guy act with you is out the fucking window now.
It took a long time for her to get there, though. We'd figured this out a while ago.
Well, yeah, she's not seeing what we're seeing.
True. Ian gets up.
Oh, he's pumped.
He's had his cumulative hours.
Joe's like, we've done the bow. Ian's just like, fucking winning.
So it really annoyed me when he did that fist pump.
Yeah.
If I was in there, I was like, shut up. Put your arm down.
You'd be fired for insubordination.
Good. I'd be at the pub at the end of the dock. So guests leave. They leave happy with no mention of cookies.
I think the primary had a great time.
Yeah.
And the packet looks, as you say.
Thick.
Thick.
Bulky.
It's a thick packet.
Ballsy.
Sandy and Aisha debrief quickly about the dinner and the dessert debacle. This is all Sandy needed to know that she's definitely right in finding that replacement.
Mm-hmm.
So Jonathan to the bridge. He's in trouble. Can you believe the timing of this text? She's about to fire him.
Yes.
When the text from Norma literally comes in seconds earlier when she says there's no chef.
I know.
Sandy's like, fuck.
I can't let go of him. Can't.
She says to him, you know, serving the raw fish is a fireable offence. I'm not going to do that. And the dessert. Why would you serve a cookie?
When Sandy puts a mirror to your face, it's hard to look away.
And it's just facts.
Yeah.
Without the fluff.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
He agrees with it. He says, look, I know it wasn't good enough. He's disappointed. I think he was prepared to be fired and he's quite surprised he's walking down the stairs.
Yeah.
On his 9th life.
Tip meeting.
$25,000 unis.
That's awesome.
That is an amazing tip for being stuck on the dock. And you know who earned most of that?
Aisha.
Fucking Aisha.
She earned all of it.
I would say.
Like.
I mean, they did enjoy the majority of the food.
Yes.
So Jono, yes.
They had fun on the jet skis and the slide, but, you know.
It was all
Aisha when it needed to be.
Yeah.
Like when there was no other activity that could be had, Aisha kept them entertained.
Yeah. And she looked after that primary like I've never seen a primary cared for.
Like a baby.
She was on her the whole time. Like she literally carried her around the boat the first night.
Hold my hand.
Yes. And then she fed her. Yes.
Sandy announces that the new stew will be coming on today and zoom, camera to Ellie.
She's annoyed.
Yeah, very annoyed. Well, she's in her safe zone here. Bree shit and laundry. I'm great. Aisha just can't see how great I am. We've got someone new coming in.
She's immediately threatened.
Yes. And then so Ellie looks annoyed. Joe asks when she's coming on. Like all he heard was new stew and then didn't listen to the rest because Sandy literally had said today.
Yeah.
Ellie to camera, completely unnecessary. Do we even need another stew?
Of course you fucking do.
Did you hear what she said? Better be a laundry stew.
You know what I want?
Second.
Yeah. I want Ellie to be taken off a stripe.
Yeah.
And for the new stew to be second.
Well, if you say that her experience is what it is, she should technically be second.
Unless Aisha decides to make them both second.
Well, then that's shit.
Well, we'll have to wait and find out. Oh, yeah. So just to finish off, Aisha does this full cabin reshuffle. She gave Ian the cabin on his own. She could have given that to herself.
I think chef should have got it.
Chefs normally do. That's right.
If there's a cabin on their own, the chef gets it.
She was just trying to figure out a way she could get Gail back in with her one little bonus.
Have you got the cabin swaps?
No.
So Ian is moving to the forward cabin alone. Bree is moving in with Jono. I'm excited for this. Gail is moving back with bestie Aisha. And the newbie is moving in with Ellie.
And Aisha knows she is seething in her cabin. She knows because she actually says, oh, fucking stitch me up again or something, doesn't she? Is that what
And
she
I'm
says?
like, sorry, new Stu, your roommate already hates you.
So come back next week and find out. Can't wait. We're at the tail end. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yes! Grease lightning. She's fucking not singing tonight. I can normally always rely on you for a sing.
If you'd like to follow us on Insta, come over to theafdeck.pod.
Or send us an email on theafdeckpod@gmail.com. We'd love to know what you think about the show and what you'd like us to cover for upcoming seasons.